Welcome to Subramani. So some of the best investment advice which I have given, I have got and all that. So I was just making a summary. So let me start by saying, first, don't max out your PPF. Everybody tells you in at the age of 22, put full 1.5 lakhs in PPF to save tax. One, under the new regime, there is no saving tax kind of concept. ATC, ATD, ATG, everything is gone. You do things which are good for you. So should you still invest in PPF? Answer is yes. Should you put 1.5 lakhs in PPF? Sorry. If you are a 22-year-old, you may not have 1.5 lakhs just for PPF, because you will have your PF deduction, etc. happening. So you may not have 1.5 lakhs, and you may not need to put 1.5 lakhs also. However, you can put 1.5 lakhs. Now the question is, if all that you have to invest in a year at the age of 22 is 1.5 lakhs, does it make sense to put money in PPF? Answer is no. Don't max out your PPF, but yes, if you're going to invest 10 lakhs at the age of 22 or whatever it be the age, then yes, it makes sense to put money in PPF. So don't get into the thing that, oh, now there is no ATC benefit, I should not be putting in PPF. No, that's not what I'm saying. I still put money in PPF, and I don't put it upfront in the month of April. I put 12,500 every month because I do get better returns in other markets. So, but I don't want to break this habit. 12,500 a month is 1.5 lakhs, which is the max I can put. I put 1.5 lakhs, my wife puts 1.5 lakhs, my daughter puts 1.5 lakhs. But please remember, all of us invest much more than just 1.5 lakhs. If you are investing just 1.5 lakhs, don't put it only in PPF. PPF should have only maybe 10% or 15% of what you're putting. So if you're going to save 2 lakhs per annum, then about 25,000 goes into PPF, not 1.5 lakhs, right? So first thing that. Second important thing is saving money is not optional, right? It's not this month I will not save kind of a thing. That doesn't arise. Every month you have to save. It's like saying it's not optional to take term insurance. If there is somebody dependent on you, which is very likely for most people from middle class families, then you have to take term insurance. So maybe your parents are well off, maybe your dad has 2 crores of corpus and he's 65 years of age, and you are 25 years of age, or you're 30 years of age. Does not mean that because you're not married you don't need to take term insurance. Take a term insurance with your parents as nominees, right? So there is no escaping taking a term insurance. There is no escaping saving. Don't, whatever you earn, if you earn 100 rupees a month, you have to save 10 rupees for retirement alone. You need to save for other goals. You have no choice. Saving just means not spending. So that money is available to you in your savings bank account, and you will take that and invest it at a later stage. But yes, saving is not optional. Term insurance is not optional. Medical insurance is not optional. The fact that ATC has gone away and you're not going to get a tax break does not mean you should not put money in PPF. You should not take term, you should not take medical insurance, you should not give donations. Oh, ATG to chala gaya. Boss, whatever charity you want to do, continue doing. Don't say ATG is gone, so I will not do charity. It doesn't work that way, right? Remember one thing which I've always told my daughter right from her young age is to say, it's your money, right? So if I've given her money, it is for her to prioritize what she has to do with it, where she has to spend, because it is her money. She has to take responsibility for it. So if it's your money, you have to take responsibility, and you have to take responsibility means you have to understand what to do with money, whether it is buying insurance, not buying insurance, all are learned decisions, right? So I have a phone which is a reasonably expensive phone, but it is not insured, because I'm saying, okay, if I were to lose it, and my previous phone got damaged, so I did not have insurance, so I had to just go and buy a new phone. It is a risk that I can afford to keep, so I kept it with myself. But if early death was a risk for me when I was, say, 30 years back, then I got myself insured. If I had died at the age of 30, my wife would have got an X amount of money which would have helped her stay at home and be a housewife. So today is insurance relevant for me? Answer is no. Today is insurance relevant for my daughter who is 20 years of age, 22 years of age? Answer is no, because there is nobody economically dependent on her. But the minute she goes and takes a 50 lakh loan or a 1 crore loan to buy a house, she needs to cover that portion which is unpaid for with a insurance cover, because I should not happen that somebody who is looking after her assets has to sell it in a distress, right? So therefore, to that extent, she should have a life insurance cover. So understand all these basics. Understand it's your money, you have to take responsibility. It is your life, you have to cover the risk, right? And when you're 22 years of age, your biggest asset is time. Go and ask Warren Buffett, who is 92, whether he'll exchange all his money for your life. Answer is yes, he will do that, right? So if you're 22 years of age, your biggest asset is time. And time means the economic value that you are going to earn over the next 50, 60 years, right? Or 40, 50 years, 22 to 72 or 22 to 62, the next 40 years, the amount of value that you're going to add. So the biggest asset you have today is time. It is not just money, because you don't have much money. You just started your salary. Track your net worth. Know how to calculate your net worth. If you're 22 years of age, all your assets minus liabilities, maybe a very small amount. Maybe you bought some shares, maybe you got some mutual funds, something which your dad gave you or something like that. All that is your assets, and maybe you have no borrowings, you have no liabilities. So that is your net worth. Track your net worth on a regular basis. Year on year, your net worth should go up. First target should be year on year, your net worth should go up, and second target should be year on year, your net worth should go up based including inflation. So if inflation is say 10%, I'm just saying, and your net worth is 1 lakh, end of 1 year, your net worth should be at least 1 lakh 10. And 1 lakh 10 would be considered to be, it's not gone up. So it should go up more than 1 lakh 10, not just more than 1 lakh, right? Just for calculation purposes. So track your net worth, see where you're going. Make sure that the direction is right. Speed may be right or wrong, but the direction has to be right. Focus on your priorities. Don't even think that investing is very important or not very important. Investing is very important, but at the age of 22, it's a far more important thing that you prioritize your career and you prioritize all the learning which is going to help you well in your career. Don't even ask me what is going to help you. Some of the basics anyway remain. Meeting people, talking to them, talking with a smiling face, learning Microsoft Excel, PowerPoint. These are basics. These you have to know. There is no escaping that. After this, what you have to learn, I am the wrong person to ask. You should seek a counselor in your field. You should take a mentor and ask your mentor what you should be learning in your field to be relevant after 3 years, 5 years. Don't ask what you should learn to be relevant after 40 years. Nobody has an answer. But every 3 years, 5 years, you have to keep reviewing what you're learning. So prioritize your income earning. That is where you're going to get money to be investing. So prioritize that. Understand some of the basic rules of money, right? Rule of 72, how much time it takes for the money to be to double. Knowing the factor, let's say your money is going to grow at 20% for the next 40 years, so which means every rupee that you save today, or every 10,000 rupees that you save today or invest today at the age of 22 is going to become 1.5 crores. So that is 15 times, right? So 10,000 is going to become 1.5 crores. So that is 15 times. So every rupee that you invest today is going to become 15 rupees. So understand that, calculate the number for yourself. 15 is for a 22-year-old. As you get older, the number will reduce, but yeah, find out that number and see how much you're going to lose by spending rather than investing. It's not to say that all the money you're going to invest or all the money you're going to save. No, that's not going to happen. But understand how much you're going to earn, how much you're going to save, how much you're going to invest, and how much you're going to spend. Avoid lifestyle creep, inflation, right? Every few years we buy something and say, oh my God, how can I live without this? Don't get into the trap in a big way. If you decide not to have children, your retirement could be much earlier. But if you decide to have children, good life, children and early retirement, this combination doesn't happen. You have to concentrate dramatically on your career, earn money, be ready to invest, be ready to learn about investing, understand, basic things like rule of 72, rule of 144, all these are simple rules to understand. In understanding that if you keep money in equity, then your money will grow, but it will also have standard deviation. Don't panic, right? All these things, learning all these things is very important. Second, one thing very important is to stop the fear. Every advertisement is to scare you. Are you doing this? Are you doing this right? Join my classes. Only 30,999 for a course. I will make you a better entrepreneur, better runner, better human being, etc., etc. Just by putting fear into your head. One thing which can be very easily sold to me is a hair dye. One thing which can be even more easily sold to me perhaps is to say, why don't you do some transplant? Your hair will look blacker. Does it really help? I mean, how does it help? As long as I'm confident that I can carry myself. Today I'm going for a training where I'm going to talk about retirement. Who wants to see a black hat retirement expert? So I'm perfectly at ease with this, right? So don't fall for that fear that, oh my God, if I don't do this, this will happen. Every ad, after you heard this video, look at every ad scares you. Are you a good mother? Shouldn't you be buying Bonvita for your kid or some shit like that, right? So I can tell you Bonvita is not paying me for it, but I'm just saying. So any such thing, when we were young, we used to have a thing called Memorex, that game, and it said if you buy Memorex, your kid who is getting 47th rank will get first rank, right? Some nonsense like this. It was sold, many people bought. My mother didn't think it will improve me much, so she didn't buy it for me. But I know people who bought it to no avail. So beware that every ad is there to scare you. If you die tonight, what will happen, right? All those kind of things. So be careful about, don't get over-insured, don't do anything excessively, right? So be careful about that. Grow your career. I've said this in various times. So grow your career, see which is the best degree to get, what else to do, which country to work from. I am not commenting whether you should work from Zimbabwe or Argentina or America, but find out which is the best place, best prospects for you. See whether you're willing to go there and learn, right? So understand one thing, that all of us want a lot of things, that all of us won't have everything that we want. So somewhere you will make a compromise, somewhere you will be happy with the choices that you made, somewhere you will not be happy with the choices that you made. I mean, I'm happy with the choice that in 1979 in class 12 I started investing. That was a smart thing to do, but I didn't know it was a smart thing to do. I just did it because everybody else around me living in the Guju area, which is a Gujarati area, I started doing it. I didn't know that 40 years later it is going to pay me high rich dividends. I just did it because I was having fun. So I can talk for hours on end on equities, right? That does not mean that what worked for me will work for you. So see what will work for you. Concentrate on your career, build your clients, build your business, build your career, build your job, whatever. Do all those things. Money is going to come from there, which you are going to learn to invest properly. And then I mean, all this advice which I have got or given, I think is amazing advice. But basically live less than what you can afford. Live a frugal, if not frugal, don't live a very miserly life. Enjoy yourself, but understand there is a factor by which this money will grow if you don't spend it. Understand basics of finance. Don't get scared by people fear mongering to sell to you, whether it is insurance, whether it is SIP, whether it is a bigger car or a holiday or anything. Your neighbor went to Egypt, should you not go? Here is a loan to go to Egypt. You can take that money and go to Cambodia also. It's not that, but then they are putting the fear into you. Oh God, everybody is going to Egypt, I should also go to Egypt, right? So my daughter has been asking me, can we go to Egypt? And I seriously don't know why I should go to Egypt. A lot of other parts of the world which I may want to see, right? So this fear and this push and saying, oh, we should go to see northern islands, we should see those lights, we should go to Iceland. Well, be my guest, decide what you want to do, prioritize your career, just go ahead and do it. Thank you.